Sports Medicine is the most trusted of its kind in Northeast Indiana. That's because of the benefits our services provide you. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionists, the expert physicians at O&E, the area's only specialized athletic rehab, and the region's industry leader in sports performance, AWP. The roster coordinates your care in state-of-the-art facilities conveniently located in your community. To start your journey, visit us at parkviewsportsmedicine.com.
Welcome to Concordia Lutheran High School for girls high school basketball action. It's the Knights of Bishop Luers taking on the Cadets of Concordia. Jim Niso here courtside as we get ready for tonight's game between Luers. They're 4-8 and Concordia 13-3. And before we get the ball game underway, we're going to pause for pregame ceremonies here at Concordia Lutheran High School.
Please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, bless us with your presence during this athletic contest. Spread your protective hand over all of the players and keep them from injury or harm. Enable players, coaches, cheerleaders, band members, and referees to perform to the best of their God-given abilities. May all the fans show good sportsmanship and cheer for their team and not against their opponent. Remind us that we are your creation, and may all that we do and say during this competition bring honor and glory to your name. In the name of Jesus we pray, amen. And now please remain standing for the singing of tonight's national anthem.
And as the colors leave the floor here at Concordia High School, we get ready for this girls-boys varsity doubleheader tonight. Luers against Concordia. Jim Measle courtside. Our cameraman is Carrington Thompson. And tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the Luers Knights, coached by Mark Pixley. Starting 5, Anaya Johnson, a 5'4 junior. Lydia Reinbold, a 5'9 freshman. Catherine Kanapke, a 6' junior. Taylor Bradley, a 5'11 senior, and Libby Beerbaum, a 5'8 freshman. For the Concordia Cadets, coached by Dave Miller, they're 13-3. They are going to start this evening. Paige Patterson, a 5'6 junior, along with Carissa Garcia, a 5'7 sophomore. And we'll have the JROTC come out here and perform a pregame ceremony before we have the Concordia players introduced to the crowd here tonight at Concordia High School. Again, the starting five for Concordia: Paige Patterson, 5'6" junior; Carissa Garcia, 5'7" sophomore; Luers starts, a 5'9" sophomore; Shania Kelly, a 6-foot senior; and Libby Hetler, a 5'11" junior.
Carissa Garcia. A 5'9" sophomore, number 20, Luers starts.
Luers starts being introduced. And
number 24, Shania Kelly.
if you've never been to a game at Concordia, now you know what goes on during the pregame.
Concordia is coached by Dave Miller.
Concordia will be in their home whites tonight.
Scott Geis and Stephen Redmond.
And Luers will be in their road black uniforms. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Sports Center Incorporated is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Incorporated is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, 46804. Well, we're coming down the home stretch of the girls' basketball season. Regular season only has 3 weeks to go. Hard to believe. Sectional time not that far away for Indiana High School girls basketball. Concordia will be working to our left, Luers to our right, and away we go. The opening tap controlled by the Concordia Cadets, and with the basketball is Garcia. Luers opens up in a 3-2 zone. Now Garcia sends it over to the far side. Patterson swings to the left corner. Patterson has it back. Into the left corner it goes. A triple try from the left corner. Bullseye for Starks. Luers Starks opens up the scoring with a triple from the left corner. And Concordia out to an early 3-0 lead. Now Luers with their first possession. That's Johnson with the basketball. Now she finds Kanapke, and her pass goes by her teammate Beerbaum, who was cutting to the bucket. And the ball went by her out of bounds. So Luers turns it over on their opening possession. Concordia has it. They lead 3-0 with 7:20 remaining in the opening quarter. Garcia into the forecourt to Patterson. Patterson back to Garcia. Into the right corner it goes to Starks. Now here's Garcia to Starks. Concordia very patient against that zone right now. Here's Patterson, top of the key, to Garcia. Back to Patterson. Now you saw Hetler flashing through the lane there. Here's Starks, or check that was Kelly with it. Starks has it now, left wing triple try, bullseye! And she is 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. Starks a 43% shooter. The sophomore averaging 16.7 a game, and she's only a sophomore. So 2 triples for Starks. Concordia with an early 6-0 lead here over Luers. We played 90 seconds. Johnson having some troubles out high. Into the left corner it goes. And Concordia very tough defensively, almost forcing the turnover. Now they get it down low to Bradley. Bradley got it rejected, but she got fouled by Kelly. And there's our first foul of the night. Shania Kelly, the 6-foot senior, committing the infraction. 6-0 Concordia, 6:17 to go in the first quarter. And at the stripe is Taylor Bradley, 62% foul shooter, sinks the first one. So that gets Luers on the scoreboard, 6-1 now Concordia. And Bradley got them both. The 5'11 senior with a couple of foul shots. Concordia leading Luers 6-2. Here come the Cadets, 6:10 to go in the opening quarter. This is Paige Patterson with the ball. Now she finds Hetler. Out top, Kelly. Kelly, as Luers has come out of their zone, they've gone man-to-man. Here's Patterson. To the left wing it comes. Hetler down low, pass too high for Kelly. And a steal down low for Taylor Bradley of Bishop Luers. Here come the Knights, trailing 6-2. 5:45 to go first quarter. And with it is Reinbold. Reinbold in the left corner it goes. She sets a screen for her teammate and coming through the lane, and Johnson got it rejected by Kelly. Kelly down court to Starks. Starks inside to Hetler. Can't shoot. Back outside Patterson. Patterson into the right corner it goes. Oh, what a pass by Starks. Finds a wide open Kelly who can't finish. And the rebound goes to Luers as it was grabbed by Taylor Bradley. Concordia with a great look, but they could not convert. They still lead 6-2. 5:10 to go first quarter. Here's a pilfer by Starks. Starks finds Garcia to the rack. She'll score.
2 points, Marissa Garcia.
So Starks with the pilfer. She's averaging nearly 2 steals a game. And Garcia averaging 10.5 points a contest. Got the bucket at the other end. 8-2 favor Concordia. Here's a wild shot and a bailout with 4:48 to go in the first quarter. A shot that did not have a prayer, but we're going to get a foul on Patterson. That'll be her first. Team foul number 2. And 2 foul shots upcoming. And the first one is no good for Reinbold. Lydia, 5'9" freshman, has one more. She's having a fine season for Luers, averaging 11.5 points a game, almost 3 assists and 4 rebounds. Missed those 2 foul shots, and Garcia got the rebound for Concordia. It's 8-2, favor the Cadets. Garcia cannot get it to go off the back of the iron. Rebound yanked out of there by Bradley. Here come the Knights down 8-2, 4.5 to go first quarter. Concordia's man-to-man, or I guess in girls basketball, I should say person-to-person. Now on the right wing it comes. And with it is Beerbaum. Libby dribbles to the top of the key. Passes it off now to Reinbold. A couple of freshmen there for Luers. And a young team this year. There's a steal for Kelly. I'm starting to say Luers is a young team, and they're having some growing pains in this 2016-2017 campaign. 4-8 entering this ball game. Starks drains another 3 for the left corner. That's her 3rd triple of the contest. She has 9 of the 11 points for Concordia, and it's 11-2. Here's Johnson, and it's knocked out of bounds by Kelly. Here comes Ashlyn Gray, a sophomore into the ball game now for Luers. 5'5" sophomore, and Johnson will sit down. 3:48 to go first quarter. Concordia leading Luers 11-2 thanks to the sharp shooting, distance shooting of Starks with 3 triples. Here's Gray as Concordia stays person to person. Beerbaum left wing. Beerbaum into the left elbow it goes. Kanapke now finds Reinbold. She'll fire and will not get the roll. Battle for the rebound. Still battling for it. And finally a jump ball is called. The arrow belongs to Luers. 3:28 to go first quarter. 11-2. Concordia with the lead over Luers, and more substitution now for the Knights. We get Dory Javens, a freshman, another freshman. You look at the Luers varsity roster, just 3 seniors on the roster, and they have 3 freshmen on the varsity roster. So again, a very young team this year for Bishop Luers. And on that scramble, following the missed shot, out of bounds to Concordia. David Miller will get a substitution in, and she did not check in before the ball was inbounded, so she will have to wait for the next stoppage in play. That's Hannah Knack. Hetler on the right side. Hetler near side, it comes to Kelly. Luers is person to person. They started in a zone. Elizabeth Hetler, top of the key, hands it back to Starks. Now Starks sends it to the right wing. Triple try. Garcia. Bullseye! Concordia deadly from distance. And Mark Pixley has seen enough. Timeout. Bishop Luers with 2:55 to go here in the first quarter. Concordia breaking open a lead here of 14-2. 12-point lead already for Concordia with 2:55 to go here in the first quarter. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page at Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Sports Center Incorporated is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Incorporated is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne 46804. So the Concordia Cadets dialing up long distance here in this opening quarter. 4 triples, 4 of their 5 field goals from beyond the arc, and they have opened up a 14-2 lead over the Bishop Luers Knights. So Luers trying to dig out of this early hole. They have the basketball out of their timeout. Now Javens between the circles. She'll go to the right wing. Back outside it comes. With it is Gray. Gray sends it left wing. Good defense here by Concordia. Not allowing Luers any good looks in the paint. Finally, a shot missed by Gray from the foul line. And the rebound comes to Hannah Knack, the 6'3 senior. Down court they come, inside, 2 more. Score the bucket for Kelly. Her first field goal tonight. Concordia out to a 16-2 lead over Luers. And as we come down to 2 minutes to play here in the opening quarter, Concordia looking like a team that's won 13 games this season. They really look sharp here in the first 6 minutes. Now here's Gray. Gray, back outside it comes. And again, Concordia keeping Luers away from the basket. Now they get it down low, knocked away. With it on the near side is Gray. Gray, whistle, and what do we have? 3-second violation called against Luers. So the turnover gives the ball back to Concordia with 1:38 to go in the first quarter. Caroline Morrison checks in, number 10 for Concordia. And I believe it was, now it's Patterson who sat down. All right, Concordia with the basketball, leading 16-2, 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. Here's Kelly. Down and low comes to Starks, and Starks will score, and she's got 11. 18-2. 5'9" sophomore. Celia Starks having a huge opening quarter. Again, she's averaging nearly 17 a game, 16.7 to be exact. Here's a missed shot and a whistle on the rebound and a foul on Luers with 1:08 to go in the first quarter. That foul will be whistled on Bradley.
Foul is on number 24, Taylor Bradley.
And that's the first foul of the game against Luers. Here's Caitlin Gray checking in, a 5'5" sophomore, number 1. Reinbold will sit down. Well, you look at this again, you look at the Bishop Luers Knights roster, very young team. 3 seniors and the roster sprinkled with freshmen and sophomores. There's a bucket inside for Knack. Her first 2 of the night. And it's now 20-2. Concordia has busted this game wide open in the opening quarter. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. A big first quarter for Concordia. Here's Gray. Luers still looking for their first field goal. They have 2 foul shots, and that's it. Gray to the foul line. Bradley traveled. And Concordia will get the ball back. Mojo wearing a Concordia uniform right now. 32.6 to go first quarter. Let's see if Concordia plays for 1. They have the arrow in their possession. Knack to Garcia. And yes, they are going to go for 1 here, down to 20 seconds. Here's Garcia. Garcia with 15. Guarded by Gray. A runner, it's not there, but she got fouled with 10.7 to go in the first quarter. And that foul on Gray will be her first, and foul number 2. Boys game to follow. Luers and Concordia. Bishop Luers Knights boys team coming off a tough loss to Marion on Tuesday night. They're 5-4. And Concordia struggling so far this season, the boys team that is. They're 1-4 entering tonight's game. Garcia sinks the first one. She's got 6 points tonight, looking for point number 7 at the line. And it's good. Nothing but net. 22-2. Hetler back in for Concordia, replacing Kelly. 10.7 to go first quarter. Luers still looking for that first field goal of this game. It is a 16-point run now for Concordia. They better hurry. Can they get the shot away in time? They do, and it won't go. Missing inside at the buzzer was Kanapke, and the first quarter comes to an end. After one quarter here at Concordia, it's all Cadets. Concordia 22 and Luers 2. Jim Measle with you, along with our cameraman, Carrington Thompson. And again, tonight's broadcast being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Unofficial scoring in that first quarter for Concordia. Garcia has 7, Knack has 2, Kelly has 2, and Starks leads the way with 11 points, and that includes 3 triples. Taylor Bradley has the only points for Luers with a couple of foul shots. 22-2, Concordia over Luers as we enter quarter number 2. Concordia with a 16-point run to close out that first quarter. Jim Measle here tonight at courtside. We're down here right by the court, right behind the scorer's bench. Our cameraman, Carrington Thompson, up in the rafters tonight. And it'll be Concordia ball to start the second quarter on the possession arrow. Again, they're working to our left in their home white jerseys. Now this is Canning, a pass down low, and we're going to get a foul on Luers. Or do we have a kick? Nope, it's a kick violation on Luers, no foul. So out of bounds, Concordia at the baseline. Patterson inbounds. One thing Concordia, they don't want to do, I'm sure they're not going to do this under Coach David Miller. You don't want to play to the scoreboard with this big lead. And they don't. They get it down low. Knack banked it in. She now has 4. And it's 24-2, Concordia over Luers. Reinbold down low. Kanapke is fouled. And Catherine Kanapke, 5'11" junior, going to the stripe for the Luers Knights. Foul is on Hetler. That'll be her first. Team foul number 3. No, it's not a shooting foul. I beg your pardon. Foul's on the floor, so it's out of bounds to the Knights. Reinbold on the right wing. Oh, passed it to someone in the bleachers. Right in between 2 teammates. So the struggles continue for Luers. Again, a young team. And it's a season of growing pains for this young Luers Knights team. Starks drives it. Now she finds Knack. Back to Starks for 3, and she missed that one. That one was contested. Good defense by Reinbold. Out of bounds it goes to the Luers Knights. Garcia checking back into the ball game now for Concordia. 7:06 to go in the first half. Starks will go out, and she will sit down after scoring 11 points, including 3 from beyond the arc. 7 minutes to play until halftime. 24-2 Concordia over Luers. Knights have the basketball. Wazinski now. Over it comes to Kanapke. Knocked away. Retrieved by Reinbold. Left corner. Triple try. Not there. And the rebound to Hetler for Concordia. Here come the Cadets. Garcia between the circles. Near side, Canning. It's Hope Canning, a 5'6" sophomore, wearing number 10. Right baseline, Garcia fills it up. That gives her 9 points for the night. 26-2. Garcia averaging 10.5 points a game, and she shoots 35% from beyond the arc, so she's a pretty good shooter. And speaking of a triple, there's one for Wazinski. And Hannah Wazinski with that triple. That's the first field goal of the game for Luers. And then ends a long dry spell. Knack gets 2 more for Concordia. That makes it 28-5. Concordia with the lead with 5:57 to go in the first half. Reinbold having a few problems, out of bounds off of one of the Cadets. It remains Luers basketball. Bradley back into the ball game for Luers, replacing Kanapke. That triple by Wazinski ended a 20-point run for Concordia. 28-5, Cadets have the lead over the Knights. 5:50 left in the first half. Wazinski, and there's going to be a reach-in foul there. One of two were in the neighborhood, so take your pick. And it's going to be whistled on Hetler. That'll be her second. Team foul number 4. And it'll be Luers' ball out of bounds. Wazinski triggers. And on the inbounds, an offensive foul is called. Offensive foul on Beerbaum. That'll be her first. Team foul number 3. Hetler goes out. Kelly back into the ball game for Concordia. 28-5, Concordia with the lead. 5:44 to go here in the first half. Now with it is Patterson. Patterson outside, it goes to Garcia. Garcia between the circles. Garcia now finds Patterson. Patterson to Garcia. Garcia cross court. That's Bradley. Or check that, Kelly. And Kelly drains a long 2. That gives her 4 points for the night. Looking at the wrong 24 on my roster there. Kelly with 4 points following that long 2-point bucket. 30-5 Concordia. We're going to get a foul on Knack for the Cadets. That'll be her first. And 5 on the team. One more foul to give for Concordia. 5:10 to go in the opening half. And the Cadets in control, leading this one 30-5. Now a pass is stolen in the lane by Kelly. Kelly the other way for the Cadets. Hands it back to Garcia. Garcia top of the key. Lowers person to person. Garcia bounce pass near side. Nice defensive effort there by Shea Biglands for Bishop Luers, number 3. 5'5" senior, knocking the pass out of bounds. Concordia keeps the basketball. In it comes to Garcia. 4:45 left in the half. 30-5 favor the Cadets. And they almost lose it. Scramble is on the far side. Out of bounds it goes. It stays Concordia basketball. Wazinski for Luers fighting for that loose basketball on the far side along with Starks. Garcia will trigger on the far side for Concordia. And she gets it in. That Starks. Nice move to the lane. Put it up. Missed it. Rebound yanked out of there by Bradley for Luers. Here come the Knights with 4:28 to go in the first half. Now they get it down low. There's a nice steal by Knack. Knack with the pilfer. Here comes Garcia. Right baseline. Baseline drive now. Outside. Garcia for 3. Bullseye. And that's her second triple of the game. Garcia now with 12 points for the night. And Concordia builds a 33-5 lead. And we're going to get a timeout taken here by Luers. With 4:01 to go, we'll take a 30-second timeout. 4:01 to go in the first half. Concordia on top, 33-5. As the Cadets have now hit 5 from beyond the arc in this opening half. 3 by Starks and 2 by Garcia. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Sports Center Incorporated is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Incorporated, located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. Along with our cameraman, Carrington Thompson, I'm Jim Measle at Concordia High School, and it's been all Cadets so far in this game tonight. 4:01 to go until halftime. Cadets leading the Bishop Luers Knights 33-5, a 20-point run. Breaking this game open for the Cadets, and they get a steal. Starts to pilfer ahead to Kelly, knocked away from behind. Good hustle defensively there by Bishop Luers as Gray, even though her team is down by a rather hefty margin, hustling and knocking the ball out of bounds, preventing a potential easy bucket for Concordia. Now Starks for three. That's going to be short. Rebound, volleyball to Gray. Here come the Knights, down 33-5. 3:40 left in the half. Down low it comes, so we're going to get a foul on the interior. And that's going to be whistled on Knack. That'll be her second. Team foul number 6. Now Hannah Cook, a 6'2" junior, checks into the ball game for Concordia, replacing Knack. 6 fouls on the Cadets, so the next one puts Luers into the bonus. There's a miss, a scramble, and a tie-up, and a jump ball. Jump ball is called, and the arrow belongs to Luers. 3:34 to go until halftime. Johnson will trigger for the Knights. 33-5, favor Concordia. Here's a long two for Gray, not there. Rebound, grabbed by Kanapke. Outside, triple try, missed by Gray. That was Caitlin Gray. And the rebound to Kelly. Concordia on the run, and they can't convert. The pass going through the hands of Starks out of bounds. So Luers will get it back. And we have 3:18 to go until halftime. Concordia leading Bishop Luers 33-5. Here is Johnson. Johnson, Javins driving. Shot rejected. Rejected in there, and Cook comes away with it. Now here is Patterson. Near side. Kelly, nice pass inside. Starks converts. Kelly, a beautiful pass to Starks. 35-5. 13 points now for Starks. 2:43 to go until halftime. Johnson between the circles. Johnson on the right wing, hands it back. Here's Caitlin Gray. Back it comes to Ashlyn Gray. Now with it is Johnson inside. Kanapke scores. Kanapke kissed it in off the glass. Her first bucket of the night. 35-7. Concordia with a 28-point lead and 2:17 to go in the half. There's a traveling violation on Kelly. Turnover gives the ball back to Luers. And inbounding right in front of us here, Javins gets it into Caitlin Gray. Now Caitlin goes to the right wing. Back out top, it comes. A drive by Javins, and she scores. Dory Javins, I beg your pardon. Javins got the bucket. 35-9. First bucket of the night for Javins. Concordia breaks the pressure. A miss for Patterson. Rebound Kelly. Kelly back out top. It comes to Starks. Near side, Garcia. And a foul away from the ball with 1:41 to go until halftime. And that foul is on Cook.
Foul is on number 50, Hannah Cook.
That'll be her first. Team foul number 7. Not a shooting foul there. Luers is in the bonus. They have only been whistled for 3 fouls, so the Knights have fouls to give, but they're down by a bunch. 35-9, 1:25 to go until halftime. Concordia looking very sharp in this opening half. And they have the potential perhaps of making a nice run come tournament time, the way they're playing basketball right now. Down to 1:10 to go until halftime. Here's Kanapke in the lane. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Garcia. She weaves through traffic. Hands it back to Kelly. A minute to play now in the half. 35-9, favor Concordia. Garcia sends it over to the right side. Baseline drive. Kelly to the rack. Foul from behind by Javins.
Foul is on number 10, Dory Javins.
So that's the first from the freshman. And at the line with 49 seconds to go in the first half. 2 shots. First one missed for Kelly. She'll get one more. Concordia now 2 of 3 at the line in this game. Caroline Morrison checks in for the first time tonight. Kelly has one more foul shot, 66% at the line. She's averaging 12.3 points a game, 8.7 rebounds, and is a 49% shooter from the floor. Kelly splits the pair. 36-9 favor Concordia. Kelly now with 5 points in this game. 43 seconds to go until halftime. Gray back outside. Johnson, an offensive foul apparently away from the ball. It's going to be whistled here on Gray.
Fouls on number 10,
nope.
Dory Javens.
They called it on Javens, I beg your pardon. 10 instead of 1. That'll be her second. Team foul number 5. Concordia with the basketball, 35 seconds to go in the half. Morrison now finds Kelly. Garcia, let's see if Concordia plays for one. Clock winds down to 25 seconds. Here's Garcia. 20 seconds, brings it back outside, resets the offense. Now Patterson with 15 seconds. Patterson between the circles, 11 seconds. Garcia looks at the clock. 8, 7, 6, 5. Better do something. They do. Kelly scores. Mark Pixley thought she got away with a travel, but no love for the stripes for Luers there. And the first half comes to an end. We've hit halftime here at Concordia Lutheran High School, and it's all Concordia. Halftime score, the Cadets 38, Bishop Luers 9. Jim Measle along with our cameraman Carrington Thompson stand by. We'll be back in the second half in just a moment. Welcome back to Concordia Lutheran High School, everybody. Jim Measle, Mike Side, our cameraman again tonight, Carrington Thompson. Getting ready to start the second half, and the Concordia Cadets in firm control of this ball game, leading the Luers Knights here at halftime by a score of 38-9. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Individual numbers in that first half unofficially for Concordia. They were led by Solaire Starks with 13 points, Carissa Garcia with 12, Shania Kelly had 7, Hannah Knack had 6 points off the bench. For Luers, Hannah Wazinski had 3 points, Dory Javens along with Catherine Kanapke and Taylor Bradley all with 2 points. All right, second half is underway, and Concordia going to our right with the basketball, and here's a bucket good from the foul line by Hitler. So Hitler opens the second half scoring for the Cadets. They build a 40-9 lead. Luers in the dark uniforms going to our left. Here's Wazinski's triple, not there. She follows her shot, got the rebound. Javens now hands it back to Wazinski. Now with the basketball is Biglands. We played 35 seconds here in the second half. There's a nice steal. And Starks got the pilfer and the bucket. That gives her 15 for the night, 42-9. 2 players in double figures for Concordia. Starks with 15, Garcia with 12. There's a shot that misses, and it's out of bounds to Concordia. With 7:04 to go in the third quarter, Cadets leading 42-9. This is the first game of a girls-boys doubleheader tonight for the varsity teams from Luers and Concordia. Boys game coming up, and folks are still coming into the gymnasium for that one. All right, here's Kelly between the circles. Now with it is Garcia. Cross court, Kelly. Kelly on the left wing, back to Garcia. Garcia brings it back outside. Nothing was there, so she will reset the offense. Patterson out top. Here's a long three for Starks. Bullseye! My goodness, is Starks having a night. That gives her 4 from beyond the arc tonight. She now has 18 points for the evening's proceedings. And Luers almost turned it over. Wazinski fires, and she'll get the roll. Wazinski now with 5. And Luers gets in the double digits. Starks now 45-11 favor Concordia. Coming down to 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Here's Kelly, a long two. It's not there. Long rebound, run down. Races on, finally corralled by Kelly in the backcourt. Patterson has it. Patterson to Garcia. Garcia, left corner, triple try, missed by Starks. And was she fouled in the shot? Yes, she was. And so Starks will be shooting 3. Foul is on Wazinski. That'll be her first. First on anybody here in the second half. So Starks at the line for 3. First one is good. And she now has 19 points for the night, 46-11. Second one for Starks, also good. Pretty good foul shooter, 87%. That's pretty good. It's not bad. 87% will get you a lot of free throw conversions. Starks got all 3. 48-11 now. As Concordia continues to build their lead. And we're going to get a whistle. What do we have here? Apparently she stepped out of bounds. All right. It's not a foul. It's a turnover for Luers. Concordia gets the ball back. 5.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. 48-11 Concordia. Here's Hetler. Hetler, right elbow, used up her dribble. Now Starks has it. Give and go to Hetler. Can't finish. Rebound finally corralled by Kanapke for Luers. Here come the Knights. Wazinski. Pass goes through the hands of Biglands, out of bounds. Concordia gets it back. With 5:14 to go in the third quarter. Concordia has not lifted the foot off the gas pedal here in the third quarter. Again, sign of a good team. When you get a big, comfortable lead like this, you don't play to the scoreboard. You keep running your stuff, keep executing. Garcia has it knocked away by Javins, out of bounds. Concordia maintains possession. 4:55 to go in the third quarter. Again, the girls basketball season in Indiana, the regular season only with 3 more weeks to go. Sectionals are just around the corner. Draw is what, next weekend? Wow. Oh, not converting and not happy about it with Starks. 48-11. Favor Concordia. Here's a bucket for Kanapke. That gives her 4 points for the night.
2 points, Kanapke.
48-13, Concordia up by 35. 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Here's Garcia. Garcia finds Hetler. Now there's Patterson. Patterson, pass goes through the hands of Garcia. There's a steal for Luers. This ball was retrieved by Bradley. And Garcia going to be called for the foul. As her defense on Javins a little too tight for the officials' taste. First on Garcia, first on the team. 4:12 to go third quarter. 48-13, Concordia by 35. Biglands. Now here's Wazinski. Wazinski between the circles to Javins. Now with it is Kanapke. Back to Javins. Javins, over to the right side it comes. Starks nearly came up with the steal. Now it's stolen by Hetler. Elizabeth Hetler to the rack. She'll score. That gives her 4 points. Timeout taken by Luers. 50-13 Concordia with 3:43 to go here in the third quarter. Luers taking their third timeout of the night. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Sports Center Incorporated is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Incorporated is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 468 0-4. 50-13. Concordia with the lead. Luers with the basketball. Here's Johnson. Johnson inside, and there's a steal. An alert play there by Kelly. She goes the other way. Or check that. That was Starks with the steal. I beg your pardon. Starks misses. And we're going to get a foul on Kelly. That's 2 on Kelly, 2 on the team. 3:27 to go in the third quarter. Luers has the basketball. Concordia with a 50-13 lead. Here's Johnson. Johnson between the circles. Johnson to the near side it comes. With it is Ashlyn Gray down low. There's a steal for Patterson. And Concordia running again. They got numbers. Hetler, 2 more. That gives her 6 for the quarter and for the game. 52-13 is your score. Here's a 3-ball attempt by Gray. Caitlin Gray, not there. Out of bounds it goes to Concordia with 2:52 to go here in the third quarter. Canning, number 10. Knack, number 15, check in for the Cadets. They have the basketball in a 39-point lead, 52-13. All right, Garcia, double team in the backcourt. Back it comes to Starks. Now down court to Canning. Inside Hetler, 2 more.
2 points, Olivia Hetler.
She's got 8 in this quarter. 54-13 is the score now with 2:35 to go in the third. In the right corner it goes, Ashlyn Gray. Ashlyn to Beerbaum for 3, not there. Rebound to, check that. Reinbold got the rebound. With it is Beerbaum. Beerbaum, over it goes to Johnson. Johnson with 2:15 left in the third. Now out top it comes to Beerbaum. Libby Beerbaum, the freshman, looks it over. To the near side it comes to Johnson, to Beerbaum. Beerbaum for 3. That's too strong. Rebound on the deck. And Gray got it, got tied up, jump ball. Arrow belongs to Luers. 1:59 to go third quarter. We'll get Paige Patterson back into the ball game for Concordia. And she'll replace Garcia. Luers ball at the baseline. And Gray in bounds. That's Caitlin Gray. Triple try, right wing, not there for Johnson. Rebound to Concordia, grabbed by Starks. High pass, run down before it went out of bounds by Patterson. Patterson to Hetler, down low. Here's Knack scoring 2 more. That gives her 8 for the game. 56-13 Concordia. 1:35 to go in the third quarter. Beerbaum. Now to Johnson, right wing Gray. A runner is good for Caitlin Gray.
2 points.
Her first bucket of the game. That makes it 56-15 Concordia. Pressure in the backcourt by Luers, and they knock the pass out of bounds. Hannah Cook back into the ball game for Concordia, number 50, replacing Elizabeth Hetler. 1:20 left in the third quarter, and Luers showing some full court pressure here. And it comes to Patterson. Patterson in the backcourt. Gets it over the timeline. Over to Starks. Starks draws the double. Back to Patterson. Patterson near side. Luers picking up the defensive intensity here, despite the large deficit, and the Cadets turn the ball over. With 1:04 to go in the third quarter. Luers with the basketball, down 41, 56-15. Boys game between Luers and Concordia to follow. Caitlin Gray out top to Johnson. Johnson near side to Ashlyn Gray. Ashlyn to Caitlin Gray. Caitlin, pass knocked away, run down at midcourt. That's going to be over and back. Over and back. Reinbold ran down the loose basketball, then stepped on the center line, the 10-second line, and that's over and back. So Concordia will get it back with 43 seconds to go in the third quarter. 56-15 Cadets. On the inbounds, loose ball, collision, and we're going to get a foul as Patterson was bumped into by Reinbold. First on Reinbold, second on the team. And Canning will trigger. And it comes to Starks. Starks, left elbow, fires and fills it.
2 points, Celeste Starks.
Well, she's got a real nice game. She really does, Starks. That gives her 23 points for the night. There's a rejection by Cook at the other end, out of bounds. For this Concordia front line, they have Knack at 6'3", Cook at 6'2". Kelly is a 6 foot. They have some good height on the inside. They're a tough interior team defensively. 3-ball, bullseye, Reinbold. The freshman fills it up from outside. That makes it 58-18. Concordia by 40. 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here is Patterson inside, a miss for Knack. She got the offensive rebound and got fouled. With 8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Fouls on Beerbaum. Her second, team foul number 3. Knack at the line. 2 shots. And the first one bounces in. That gives her 9 points for the night. Concordia 4 of 4 at the line this quarter. And 7 of 8 for the night. 59-18. Second one is missed. Rebound to the Knights. They'll have time for 1 shot perhaps. Ashlyn Gray with 2 seconds, 1 second. They better hurry. Johnson, a desperation 3, not there. After 3 quarters, it's Concordia 59 and Bishop Luers 18. Jim Measle here at Concordia Lutheran High School. Carrington Thompson on the camera tonight. Again, tonight's broadcast being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Individual numbers unofficially for Concordia. Garcia has 12 points. Knack has 9. Starks leading all scorers so far tonight with 23 points. 7 points for Kelly, 8 for Hitler. For Luers, Caitlin Gray has 2 points. Javens has 2. 5 points for Wadzinski. 3 for Reinbold, 4 for Kanapke, and 2 for Bratley. 59-18 is your score. Concordia leading Luers as we start the final quarter. Concordia with the ball on the possession arrow. Going to the bucket to our right. Here's Garcia. Garcia, near side it comes. Interior pass, knocked out of bounds by Wadzinski. It remains Concordia basketball. 7:50 left in the contest, so barring a miracle rally by Bishop Luers, Concordia will win their 14th game of the year tonight. Here's a foul on the inbounds pass. And it's on Javens. That'll be her third, team foul number 4. Neither team is in the bonus, so it's out of bounds to Concordia. Patterson inbounds. Here's Garcia with the basketball. Garcia drives it, fires it, and misses. Rebound, grabbed by Kanapke for Luers. Here come the Knights. Wadzinski on the near side with 7:36 left in the game. Wadzinski between the circles, guarded by Patterson. Finds Kanapke. Kanapke, right elbow. Down low it comes. And a shot missed by Bratley. A miss on the interior. Kanapke stays with it and scores. And got fouled. Catherine Kanapke, 6-foot junior, got the bucket. And she'll go for the old-fashioned 3-point play at the line.
Number 50, Hannah Cook.
Foul is on Cook. That'll be her second, team foul number 3. Kanapke's foul shot is good. So that gives her 7 points for tonight. Kanapke, a 73% foul shooter. 59-21, Concordia by 38. And we're down to 7:15 left in the ball game. Garcia directs traffic. Garcia over it goes to Kelly. Kelly out top to Cook. Cook finds Garcia. Garcia long two, not there. Rebound fought for, still on the deck. Finally grabbed by Kanapke for Bishop Luers. Here come the Knights, down 59-21. Ball's knocked away and stolen by Garcia. Garcia to the rack, will not finish, but she got fouled in the act of shooting. Or what do we have here now? That's David Miller is upset. They call the foul, an offensive foul on Garcia. And Miller lets the official who made the call know that he does not agree with it. So that's 4 fouls on Concordia, 2 on Garcia. 59-21, 38-point lead for Concordia. Luers has the basketball. Here's Biglands. Now Kanapke down low, and it's lost out of bounds. But they say last touch by Concordia, so it remains Luers basketball. 6:34 left in the ball game. And it'll be Wazinski triggering for Luers. Wazinski looking. Now she finds Bradley. Bradley fires, misses, and she got called for a travel. So Concordia will get it back, leading 59-21. Pressure in the backcourt by Luers. Tell you what, despite the lopsided score, the Knights have not run up the white flag here. They're still battling despite that lopsided score. Here's Garcia for 3, bullseye. Garcia's third triple of the night. She now has 15 points, 62-21. Concordia with a 41-point lead. Triple try, Biglands, bullseye. Biglands responds with a 3 to make it 62-24 with 6:03 left in the game. Again, pressure in the backcourt by Luers. Garcia had it knocked out of bounds by Javens. It remains Concordia ball with exactly 6 minutes to play. Canning triggers, gets it in. With it is Garcia now. We got Caroline Morrison, number 13 in the ball game now for Concordia. Kelly to the lane, scoop off the window, not there. Fighting for the rebound with Kanapke, jump ball is called. Arrow belongs to Bishop Luers. With 5:45 to go in the game. Again, neither team is in the bonus, both teams with 4 team fouls. Luers basketball. Biglands over the timeline, looking for a screen from Bradley. After using up her dribble, pass goes by Javens. Nice hustle by Javens to save it to Kanapke. Pass to Bradley. She's pinned, and she turns it over. Canning got the pilfer, and here comes Concordia with 5:20 left in the game. Kelly has the basketball. Down low, a bucket for Cook. Hannah Cook with her first bucket of the night to make it 64-24. Concordia by 40. 5:05 left in the ball game. Kanapke cannot get it to go. Rebound, Kelly, a whistle. And what do we have here? We've got a couple of substitutions for Concordia. Hetler back into the ball game. Kelly goes out. Cook goes out. It's Luers basketball out of bounds. Apparently the ball went off of a Concordia player on that scramble. Javens had it stolen by Hetler. Here comes Garcia, one-on-one, and she'll score it. Garcia now has 17. 66-24, Concordia by 42. 4:42 left in the ball game. Here's Kanapke. Cross-court it goes. Driving in, Biglands to the rack, can't finish. Rebound to Concordia's Hannah Knack. Knack ahead to Garcia. Garcia down the near side. Garcia pulls up and fires and fills it. That gives her 7 in the quarter, 19 for the night. 68-24. Garcia averaging 10.5 a game, so she's well over her scoring average. And with 4:13 left, we will get a whistle. And a Concordia foul on Knack. That'll be her third. Team foul number 5. And we have a line change now for Bishop Luers. 5 new players into the ball game. And also Starks will come back into the ball game for Concordia, replacing Garcia. 4:13 to go in this one. Concordia on their way to their 14th victory of the season, leading Bishop Luers 68-24. A 20-point run in the first half for Concordia, establishing control of the game for the Cadets. Here's Ashlyn Gray, near side, 3-ball, beer bomb, not there. Rebound to Knack for Concordia. Starks, who opened the game with back-to-back triples to set the tone. Starks on the near side. Now it's Canning to Starks to Hetler. Down low, nice ball movement. Oh, and Knack got fouled going up for the shot with 3:42 to go. But excellent ball movement there by the Cadets in that possession.
Fouls on number 25.
Fouls on Faith Jones. That'll be her first. Faith Jones, a 5'11 sophomore, number 25 for Bishop Luers. And at the line is Knack. She sinks the first one. That gives her 10 points for the night. So 3 Concordia players now in double figures, 69-24. Knack's second one is rattling and it drops. Knack with 11. She's 3 of 4 at the line tonight. 70-24, favor the Cadets over the Luers Knights. 3:35 to go. Here's a steal and a lay-in at the other end. Score it for Starks. That gives her 25. 72-24 at the other end. Johnson is fouled with 3:24 left. Again, neither team is in the bonus, so it's out of bounds for Luers.
Fouls on number 20, Soler Starks.
Starks whistled for her first, team foul number 6, and she'll go out with 3:24 to go. 72-24 Concordia. Beer bomb will trigger at the baseline. And out top it comes to Caitlin Gray. Near side beer bomb. Beer bomb, double team, looking for a teammate now. Outside it comes to Johnson. Johnson with 3:13 left. Johnson in lane. Johnson puts it off the window, not there. Rebound loose, out of bounds, off the foot of Beer bomb, and it's Concordia ball with 3:08 remaining. Again, pressure in the backcourt by Luers. Here's Morrison in the backcourt, working against Ashlyn Gray. Comes over the timeline. Morrison goes between the circles. Under 3 minutes to play now. Hetler to Patterson to Hetler. Hetler between the circles. 2:48 remaining. Now Morrison finds Knack to Morrison. Morrison out top. Patterson. Patterson near side. Patterson to the rack. Can't finish. Stick back is good for Knack. And that gives her 13 points for the night and a 50-point lead for Concordia. 74-24 with 2:21 left in this one. Here's Ashlyn Gray. Over to the right side it goes. Johnson back out top. Caitlin Gray. Left wing Ashlyn Gray. Inside. That's Beer bomb. Oh, a tough shot and it goes.
2 points, Libby Beer bomb.
Libby Beer bomb with her first bucket of the game. 74-26. Pressure in the backcourt. Loose ball. Concordia maintains possession. Patterson. You better hurry to get that ball over the timeline here. Count is on. Canning finally got over the timeline, and not with a whole lot of time left to spare. And Concordia now will throw the ball away after all that. With 1:43 left, Cook will check in for Hetler. One thing I think David Miller has to be pleased with, the Concordia coach, despite the big lead tonight, his team did not play to the scoreboard. There is a tendency to do that. But the Cadets did not do that. They've looked very sharp for most of this game, as they're going to pick up their 14th victory of the season. Concordia looking perhaps for a nice run in the state tournament, which starts 3 weeks from Monday, believe it or not. Kanapke fouled. No, jump ball is called. Arrow belongs to Concordia with 1:25 left. Luers again setting up pressure in the backcourt. You wouldn't know the score was lopsided the way these two teams were going at it here in the second half. Both teams have really played hard, despite the big lead for Concordia. And Morrison over the timeline. We're down to 1:15. Morrison Guarded tightly by Caitlin Gray. Loose ball, scramble is on. Morrison finally retrieves it. Her pass in the lane, stolen by Beerbaum. We have a minute to play in this basketball game. Beerbaum for three. Bullseye!
3 points, Libby Beerbaum.
So Beerbaum now with 5 points, 74-29. Luers fighting hard here despite being down by 45 points to get another turnover. And it's stolen back by Cook for Concordia. Play getting a little sloppy right now with less than 40 seconds. Here's Morrison out top, 33 seconds. Canning, Cook, that's Patterson. Now Morrison with 24 seconds. Cook has it. Cook back to Morrison, 18 seconds. Into the right corner it goes to Patterson. Now down low, out of bounds, off of Knack. It'll be Luers' ball with 13.7 to go. 74-29 is your score. Concordia's going to win this. We'll give you the final individual numbers here when the final buzzer sounds, then another 10 seconds. Gray over the timeline. Ashlyn Gray with 5 seconds. Now a pass deflected. Triple try, Beerbaum, not there. And the buzzer sounds. That's all there is. There ain't no more. The Concordia Cadets winning their 14th game of the season as they defeat Bishop Luers here tonight in girls basketball, 74-29. Individually for Concordia, Garcia finished up with 19 points. Carissa Garcia with 19 points. Hannah Knack had 13 points. Fleer Starks, 25 points. 7 points for Shania Kelly. 8 points for Libby Hetler. 2 points for Hannah Cook. For Luers, Caitlin Gray had 2 points. 3 points for Shay Biglands. 2 points for Dory Javens. 5 points for Hannah Wazinski, 3 points for Lydia Reinbold. Catherine Kanapke finished up with 7 points, 2 for Taylor Bradley, 5 points for Libby Beerbaum. Our thanks again to our sponsors, Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com and Sports Center Incorporated. Once again, tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's the story tonight here at Concordia Lutheran High School. Again, the final score in this girls basketball game, the Concordia Cadets 74, the Bishop Luers Knights 29. From Concordia Lutheran High School, on behalf of our cameraman Carrington Thompson, I'm Jim Measles saying, have a good night, everybody.